So for those of you who are already subscribed, you are probably aware that I'm a big fan of Formula 2 and 3. Last night I was wondering, which category between Formula 1, Formula 2 and Formula 3 is the most exciting? So I soon decided that I wanted to make a video on Formula 3, since it has the smallest number of viewers. So strap yourselves in, this is going to be a fun one. The FIA Formula 3 Championship was formed for the 2019 season. It was the result of a merger between the GP3 Series and the FIA F3 European Championship. The series runs exclusively as a Formula 1 support series, with a similar format to Formula 2, a feature race on the Saturday and a sprint on the Sunday. Each team in Formula 3 run 3 cars, resulting in 30 drivers on the grid, which genuinely makes for amazing racing, and often utter chaos, as if every other car was driven by Nikita Mazepin. Where all of those drivers are youngsters trying to prove themselves, we can commonly see incredible overtaking maneuvers, but best of all, we get some incredible team radio, such as this.
Shut up, dude, I can see that. Stop talking. Yeah, shut up. I know what to do. Shut up.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you see it, we often see lots of contact due to this abundance of racing, which creates utter chaos. Also, the cars are equal. Well, setups can be adjusted, but it's more equal than Formula 2. This makes it very clear who has undeniable talent, and who should be moved up to F2. Oh. Okay, never mind. However, rapid drivers from Formula 3 in 2019 include Robert Schwartzman, Marcus Armstrong, Jehan Daruvala, Christian Lundgaard and Yuki Tsunoda, who we are all aware transitioned to Formula 2, then obviously F1 for Yuki. Formula 3 races are incredibly exciting. Seeing 30 smaller cars charge into Turn 1 is fantastic. There's just so much to keep an eye on. Also, there's always an interesting fight for the lead, unlike Formula 1. Okay, I've made that joke too many times now, but seriously, often you can have the top 5 separated by about 3 seconds. Due to the lack of pit stops, all of the action on track is crucial to the race for the drivers. Therefore, it's not unusual to see drivers make moves when the opportunity presents itself. The best example I can think of is when it went 4 wide for the lead at Monza in 2019. You just don't get that in F1 or F2, do you? Okay, don't spam Belgium 2018 in the comments, I'm aware that happened, but it was at the start of the race, so it doesn't count. I'm just saying that outrageously close racing occurs in F3 quite commonly. I think whilst writing this script, I've slowly convinced myself that I may prefer F3 to F2. But then again, I don't even recognize a lot of the drivers' names. Like, who's this Sophia Flörsch lass? I don't remember her being on screen once last season, so I doubt many people would simp for her. Joking aside, however, only 20 of the 30 drivers are shown on the timing tower. So how do you expect me to know who Alessio Deleda is? My only real gripe is the fact that they can run setups. It makes teams like Prema rapid and Trident shit. For once, I'm actually joking about Trident. They actually have serious pace in Formula 3, unlike Genza. Prema has absolutely nailed it so far, winning the Constructors in 2019 and 2020, with all 3 of their drivers in the top 4 last year. Trident came P2 last season. If you're only an F2 fan, you probably thought you'd never hear such a statement. So for the rest of the video, I'm going to talk solely about the 2020 season and explain why it was so good, because it was utterly fantastic. It all started in Austria with a very exciting race. Fernandez, the pole sitter, was spun around at turn 1. We had a very good battle between Piastri and Zendelli for the lead in the opening laps, with an abundance of racing in the pack. Piastri would win the feature race, with Liam Lawson winning the sprint. The Styria feature race was very wet, leading to a few crashes and the race being suspended. However, the sprint was bone dry, which created more fantastic racing, including Pourchaire, Lawson and Hughes going 3 wide for the lead. Hughes and Lawson would fight back and forth, lap after lap, until they collided, taking both of them out the race, giving the win to Pourchaire. There was chaos at the start of the Hungarian feature, giving Pourchaire a back-to-back win, and the Hungarian sprint was, well, wet. The Britain feature was carnage, but the sprint race was average, to be honest. But the next weekend at Britain was also very good, with one of the best battles for the lead in the feature. On the last lap of the race, Bent Viscal overtook Lirim Zendelli into Copse Corner. However, Zendelli would overtake him back at Vale later that lap, only for Viscal to cut back around the outsider club and win the race. Oh, it was genuinely fantastic. It sent shivers. Other moments of note throughout the season include Barcelona actually being interesting, the usual collection of drivers that decide to use Les Combes as a ramp at Spa, 2 fantastic races at Monza, and a fantastic championship decider at Mugello, which boiled down to only a few points between Piastri and Pourchaire. The overarching theme here is that I'm obsessed and should probably get a girlfriend. Sorry, Formula 3 is very exciting. After going to Silverstone in 2019, I can say that the F3 cars sound amazing and look amazing. So is there anything I can fault? Sort of, but it just applies to the setups. It would be awesome if every car was 100% 100% equal and couldn't be tweaked. So is Formula 3 one of the most exciting categories? It by no means beats F1 and 2 when it comes to overall hype. However, if you're only judging it by the quality of racing, then you could certainly say so. Anyway, as usual, they are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video enough to watch more, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one. But until then, go and watch some Formula 3. I'll leave a good link in the description. Thanks for watching.